Hey out there, this is Bobby Jarzombek from Fates Warning and Sebastian Bach, and you're listening to the Brutally Delicious Podcast.
Like now assumed like a routine in how we do this, but we need to mix it up because it's good for the brain, boys.
Yeah, I think Riina is trying to take control of the whole thing. Pretty soon she's going to be running it.
She might as well be. She'd do a better job than you. Oh!
Shit. Damn.
I'm just joking. I would do a better job than you.
It's funny because it's true, you know.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bruce. You know we love you.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Did you like it, my radio voice?
Oh, yeah. You got real deep like the Barry White thing.
You're listening to the Brutally Delicious Podcast.
And there's going to be like a bunch of babies made on this show.
Yeah, that made my boobs vibrate. Sure.
A friend of mine, I used to have this old shitty car. Like, you'd start it up and it would just like blow fucking smoke. It was just terrible. And I remember when I finally bought a new car and I was selling my old car, my friend comes over. He's like, "What are you going to do?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, girls aren't going to be throwing panties in your window as you drive by anymore." I was just like, fuck.
Nice. Have you ever done that, Riina? Have you ever thrown panties at somebody driving by in an old piece of shit car?
What actually happened once was like I was on my bike trying to go back from school. I was like, it was like high school equivalent in Finland. So I was like, I don't know, 17, 18 years old. I'm driving a bike and my bra breaks during me driving that bike. So what I do is like, oh my God, there's this really long uphill coming. So I don't want to stop and ruin like my speed. So while driving, I just dug out the bra from my sleeve and did not realize there was a car driving next to me. And apparently they were watching because they almost like crashed.
Wow, I just threw that out there to be a wise ass and you have a story about it.
Yeah, I always have a story.
That's going to stop pretty much any car. Have you ever seen that Seinfeld episode where Sue Ellen Mishke wears the bra as a top?
No.
You haven't seen that episode?
I have not.
Oh my God! Yeah, she wears a bra as a top.
Nice.
People are crashing cars.
I just remember the puffy shirt.
Jesus. So for those who actually... Go ahead.
Did anyone watch Saturday Night Live this weekend?
It was pretty awesome.
Holy shit, was Chappelle... That guy is the greatest comedian going right now.
I agree. But you know what? Jim Carrey was really good as Biden.
Oh.
You get Saturday Night Live over there, Riina?
Sure, we can watch it on like streaming services and so on, but it's not like it's on TV here. So I did not watch it because I'm old and I just watch TV.
Once we're done today, go to my Facebook wall and you'll see Dave Chappelle's monologue. It's 15 minutes long, and it's like the most socially conscious, funny thing I think I've ever seen. Like, it was just like, I was like, wow, he's actually doing this on TV.
Yeah, well, Chappelle usually is pretty spot on with this stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, man, it was crazy when he's like, I talked to a friend in Europe. And he was saying, man, the world feels like a safer place right now. And he goes, not in America, it doesn't. You remember before COVID? We had mass shootings every week. Thank God for COVID. He's like,
anyway, for those who have made it this far.
No, we can delete that.
Or we could leave it.
To be fair, I had really good jokes in there, so like
we'll probably leave it. And for those who made the three people that made it this far, we're going to speak with Bobby from Fates Warning. He's the drummer. Fates Warning is a band I've listened to for a long time. They've been around since '82. So if you want to go ahead and grab them.
Just got to eat some lunch and just kind of hanging out.
Awesome. We won't keep you too long then. Thanks for taking the time to join us.
What did you eat?
What did I eat?
Yeah, I really want to know.
Well, yesterday was my and my wife's 35th anniversary of our first date. So we went out to looking for some place to eat. We ended up at Chili's. So we went to Chili's and I had some kind of fajita tacos, beef fajita tacos or whatever. And I had a lot of leftover food from yesterday. So I had leftover tacos with guacamole today.
Nice.
And hey, congratulations on your.
Yes, congratulations.
Thanks.
You know,
That's a lo-
it brings me back to that Seinfeld episode where he goes, well, 3 years of marriage is a long time, but you made it 35.
Well, we've been married 30, but we've been together 35. So, yeah.
That's
pretty
amazing,
good.
man. That takes a lot of work, and anyone that makes that far should be commended.
Where are you all calling from?
So I'm in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Kris is in Northern Virginia, and Riina is in
Finland.
Finland. Thank you. Sorry.
I heard an accent somewhere in there, so I was just kind of like curious.
Both Riina and I have accents because I'm actually Canadian.
I was going to say, I heard the Canadian.
Hey?
That's the one I heard.
I've been trying to get rid of that damn accent.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the. Go ahead. Let's talk about the record. Long Day, Good Night. What was the writing process for this one, seeing as how the world has changed so much? Were you able to get together and write it, or is it more done using technology?
Well, there was Fates Warning, because Fates Warning is a band that the 5 members are in all different parts of not only the country, but the world. The singer, actually, Ray Alder, our singer, lives in Spain now. He married a girl from there. So, Fates Warning, I've done 3 records with the band, 3 studio records, and 1 live record. And the process for writing has been on those records the same, where it's all exchanging files over the internet. So it hasn't. So being the COVID thing and whatever, it didn't change our process at all. Things are done where Jim Mathias writes most of the material, and he takes the files and he'll send it to Ray and to me and to Joey in California, and we'll start kind of listening to the material, start working ideas, and then it's a lot of emails, a lot of text messages, phone calls, going back and forth, and what do you hear on this part? What are you thinking on this? Is this cool? And then you just keep going back and forth until you get everything sort of arranged. I mean, obviously, when the band started in the mid-'80s, things where everybody lived in the same town, and you get together, and that's the way bands did it, where you sat in the same room and hashed it all out. But yeah, it's so different now, and it has been, I guess, for years,
Yeah, I think it's just been amplified by the current situation.
Sure. Yeah.
Where are you located?
Even more stuff. I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
Wow, what's COVID like there right now? Is it ramping up or is it pretty calm?
It seems like it kind of comes and goes. Obviously, it's when they actually in Texas, they opened up the clubs and the bars and stuff sort of in late May, June, and like at 25%, 50%, and then it sort of picked up in numbers, of course. Then they shut everything down again. Then they open, and then that's been the case for a while. And then they've been reopening things, and then they've been saying the numbers have been up, ever since then. So it kind of comes in waves. It seems.
Such a strange time in history.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, it's a weird thing for me as a musician, because it seems like it's affected live music more than any other industry. I don't know of any. I mean, maybe I'm kind of oblivious, but I don't know of any other industry that has been affected by this the way live musicians have. because, obviously if you work at a grocery store or liquor store or something like that, you excelled in your job and and things are great, but and then certain industries have been shut down and then have reopened since then. But musicians and live music, I mean, even though theaters are open, churches are open, to a certain, to degree or whatever, but the live music industry, it still has not opened up on a bigger scale. Maybe small clubs, but on a bigger scale. Now I have no idea when it's going to open up. I don't think anybody does.
My hope is sometime next year. It's
yeah. But
I know
it's crazy.
I know a lot of friends have lost everything through this from live music.
Sure.
And many of my friends had to change. Like they were successful promoters or managers or tour managers or whatever, and now they had to change complete career just overnight.
Yeah, on the live music topic, I played also with Sebastian Bach, and I've been with Sebastian since 2005. And we had a tour scheduled for April of 2020, and then that got pushed back, obviously, to October, November, December. It was like an 8-9 week tour. And so that would have been happening right now. And so it didn't happen again. So they rebooked it again for 2021. They booked it for May and June. And it's like 35 dates tour. And we don't know if it's going to happen. And there's some Canadian dates in there too. There's about 10 Canadian dates in that tour. So we're hoping May, or I'm hoping, I should say, hoping that this is all opened up by May. But I mean, who knows?
Was that the 30th anniversary tour?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
We played and we did a whole U.S. sort of run that was kind of like the first leg of that. We did that in 2019 at around this. It was this time last year. We did about 30 shows, but it was all U.S. And then this next tour that was scheduled, that I'm speaking about, that's Canada, and it's some of the markets we didn't hit. Like we didn't go to Minnesota, we didn't hit like Vegas. There's a few different places that we didn't hit. So yeah, and we were planning to take it to Europe too, and that hasn't happened. And who knows,
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. And there's no way you're getting across the Canadian border right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, and that's the scary thing, because even if the U.S. does open up, we don't know if Canada is going to be opened up by that time. So.
Right.
Yeah, I think Canada and the U.S. will coordinate pretty good. They're pretty interconnected. So as long
what
as
part
cases,
of Canada?
I'm from Vancouver.
What part of Canada? Oh, Vancouver. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
I know Sebastian could go back to Canada, but he would have to hire a Canadian band.
No, we don't want that.
That's what I'm saying.
Could hire like Max Webster's band or something, or maybe you could hire. Let's see who's from Vancouver.
Isn't Gene Hoglan up there? Isn't Gene Hoglan up there?
Who?
Gene Hoglan.
He's actually in the Bay Area. But
I thought he was up there.
Ryan Van Booteroy's out there. There's lots of guys up there. Yeah.
Well, we're not trying to get your...
No. I was just making a point that Sebastian is a Canadian citizen, so he can go across the border. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying. We have to claim fame to some people that come from Canada that are killer.
Yeah, but Sebastian's one of those guys that anytime that we play somewhere or whatever, he claims every country that we're playing as his home, because he was born in the Bahamas. He lives in like Skid Row was big in Jersey, so he claims that. He claims L.A. because he lives in L.A. now. When he was in Madam Max, they were kind of out of the Midwest, so he claims the Midwest. And because he's Norwegian, he claims Norway when we go overseas to Scandinavia. So there you go.
Bruce, I took this conversation way off topic. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We always end up way off topic anyway. So, what is it like trying to promote and get a record out in this new climate that we're in? You guys doing anything different, online kind of stuff or virtual stuff?
No, I mean, well, the interviews, obviously this helps, doing the interviews and getting the word out there about the new record. But the videos and that sort of thing that come out before the release. But I'm surprised that more bands aren't releasing at this time, just because people are staying at home, And I did see online right when this sort of was hitting that bands were holding back the release, and I think maybe they did was because of touring. You want your record to come out.
Yeah.
And then you want to hit the road shortly after that. And then if your tour is canceled, then you feel like, oh, maybe we ought to push back the record also. But I think, during this time, I think people are just sitting at home, and most people don't go to the record store and buy records anymore, or CDs, or whatever. They download everything. So why not release at this time? Have something, for people when they're sitting at home, and especially if, people are doing office work and they're not going into the office, and, you're in a cubicle surrounded by a bunch of people. If you're in your own house and you're in your own bedroom doing your office work, that's the time to listen to, some new music and that sort of thing. So I think it's a good time for bands to release music. But,
yeah, you think right, but actually the statistics do not support this notion. It turns out people are listening to less music now.
Riina, you're cutting out.
Yeah.
Am I? Oh.
Now you're better.
What the hell, Bruce?
Yeah, it's me. You're much better now. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's like, you would think that. Like, that would be like your logical trail of thought that, people don't have much to do. They're going to be at home, so they're going to want to listen to more music. But apparently the statistics say that that's not it. It's not like they're not listening to music at all, but there isn't like a spike up that you would expect, but actually like a mild decline.
Wow. Well, maybe people are listening to older music that they grew up with through, because they're remembering better times than what's happening now. I don't know. But, who knows? Crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
No problem. Go ahead.
I was saying, we talk to a lot of people when we do this podcast, and most of the people, and Kris will tell you, Riina will tell you, are holding off because they feel that they need that tour to, get out and get the grind and get people into it. So I don't know. I see your point for sure that people are sitting home, but I know a lot of people are thinking they really need to take it home. Take it out on the road before they release it.
Yeah. Well, and I did see there's a few bands. I think I actually saw like Buck Cherry played somewhere, and there was a venue, and the venue was obviously larger than the venues that they would typically play, but it allowed people to sort of like set tables up and kind of, kind of spread out a little more. And a friend of mine, actually the guitar player who plays with Sebastian Woods, he did a little side project with a guy who was promoting a movie that he was that he just appeared in, and they did a tour of theaters, like outdoor, like drive-in kind of theaters.
Oh yeah, I've seen that with cars.
I guess I'm not even sure, but. He kind of explained it to me a little bit, but it's, like it's some sort of, outdoor venues. And I guess, people are trying to find ways, but I just hope things open up because, I think it's hurt our industry really significantly, and you know, as you mentioned, you know, some people aren't going to recover from it, but I mean, we have to. You know, we have to have the music, and you know, we will at some point, I guess. But you know, we'll see.
I think the music business has to reinvent itself, and it will. It just may take a little bit of time.
Yeah, crazy.
Chris?
I don't have anything else, Bruce.
Riina? I'm good.
I'm good. Just want to say that the new album sounds kick-ass, and I hope we all get to play some stages soon.
Are you guys getting to play it a little bit on the radio there?
Huh?
On the station? Are you guys playing the record? Are you able to play it there?
Oh,
Over in Finland?
We're not a radio station. We're a podcast.
What's the difference?
we can't play music on the podcast. That's because we don't
Really?
have we don't have the licensing
You
for
have
it.
the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole licensing thing.
All right. Well,
We would if we
my
could.
own podcast.
We would.
I would play it because I do like the record. We were talking about that earlier. I love it. So.
All right. Well, that's cool.
I love that you're like, you know, really, really keeping the rap on your disappointment here. Completely
All right.
on your channel.
Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. Stay safe. Good luck with the record, and hopefully we'll catch you soon on the road.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Hey, be well.
Cheers.
Goodbye.
Bye.